Alright, so we're back on location, working on the 82 K10 diesel. I ran into some problems on the first day. Was really hoping to get that thing turned over, but when we went to replace the positive battery cable, that cable was pretty much melted along with the fusible links that attach to the starter there. So I don't think we were going to get any power to the starter or to the rest of the truck for that matter. So we got new fusible links. We still have the old battery, or not old, but the new battery cables. We'll try to get those put on today, and maybe we'll get it turned over today. I doubt it, but we'll try. Alright, underneath the truck, this is the wiring I was talking about. You can see these wires are just burned up here. It looks like somebody's been cranking on it a long time, and if you can see it, those wires are running right on the exhaust manifold. Not ideal. So we're gonna check the routing on this and see where it's all supposed to go and rerun it and replace these connectors here. Alright, here's the harness that goes to the starter. We just pulled it up through the top here. You can see where it was melted on the exhaust right here. The good news is the wires are actually in great shape. These fusible links are pretty shot. You can see there's been some monkey business going on here. So we're going to replace these two fusible links, and I think this wire is going to be okay. We'll probably just put some heat shrink on this area right here just to keep the corrosion out, and we'll go from there. Okay. Now we're going to start work on the glow plugs. Obviously there's 8 of them. We want to make sure that those glow plugs are not broken off down in the cylinder and that the wires are all in good condition, so we'll do that now. Alright, so we got all the glow plugs out. Fortunately none of the tips have broken off. They're all in pretty decent condition. I mean, they are rusty, but they came right out. They weren't stuck in the cylinder heads at all. That's the 4 from the passenger side. And then over here is the 4 from the driver's side. All in pretty good condition. We'll check the resistance. Maybe they're good. If they are, we'll reuse them. Okay, so we checked the resistance of all 8 of the glow plugs. They tested between 0.7 and 1.0. I'm pretty sure 0.7 is good. 1.0 is kind of borderline. I do have all brand new ones, but I think for now we're going to try to run with these. We're going to turn the engine over here in a little bit, just with the glow plugs out, just to get everything turning and get the oil to the top end before we ever try to crank it. So we'll keep you updated. Since we got the glow plugs out, we want to go ahead and finish our battery cable installation. So you can see I've got what appears to be an original positive battery cable. We're definitely going to keep it, but I've got new ones that are a little heavier gauge, AC Delco cables. So we're going to replace it with those, and also replace this ground cable here. You can see this truck's actually got 2 on this side. Not exactly sure why, but we'll get to the bottom of that. All right, so we've got our new positive to positive connector battery cable here. You can see it's 2 gauge, really heavy duty, a lot heavier duty than what was on it, which was 6. And it's going to connect this battery to that battery over there. You can see it's got the extra long bolt in that battery cable to bolt through 2 cables. And then the positive from there is going to go to the starter. Also, we've got this pigtail here, which is going to crimp into this guy that connects to our glow plug relay right here on the fender. Here are the old and new cables. You can kind of see the difference. One is 6 gauge, the other is 2 gauge. So we'll be getting a lot less resistance going to the starter cable. And you can see how obviously somebody been grinding on this thing for a while and melted all the insulation off. It's just cooked all the way up here. And of course we got brand new connectors on the end with new lead wires. Alright, in the process of hooking up all the battery cables, we came to this lead wire that comes from the positive on the driver's side to the glow plug relay, and there's a little bit of janky wire in here. It appears they've used some speaker wire to connect directly to this relay. There's a toggle switch on the steering column in the truck that they're using to manually control the glow plugs. This is usually happens when the glow plug controller goes bad. So we're probably looking at replacing the glow plug controller, which is not a surprise. There are other ways to fix this problem as well, but we're definitely going to get rid of this bad wiring here. We've run into a bit of a snag with the battery cables. First, the good news over here. We got this cable all configured properly. The positive cable goes across to the other side. And then, of course, the negative cable mounts here to the air conditioning compressor bracket. And also on the positive cable, we were able to splice into the original eye that goes to the glow plug relays. Yep. And we put shrink wrap on all this to tidy it up and make it look nice. That's the good news. The bad news is over here where the two positive cables come together. We can't seem to get these to, I can't figure out how to connect these to the battery. I think there's a special connector. I know we've got two different length bolts that screw into the battery, but I'm not exactly sure how this is normally done, so I'm gonna have to do a little research on that. And unfortunately, we can't go any farther today without that. We could change the oil, but there's not a whole lot of point in that. It's about supper time. Mama's gonna want us home, so we're gonna wrap it up for the day, put the tools up, and we'll come back out tomorrow.